let's just plop him there. Damn. Really need to up her hospital or her infirmary. Damn. Yeah. Screw it. Extensive infirmary. Keep her there. Eh. Mage. 2. Stand by. down to Mage General, which is all the way down here. Who has... Oh, no, it's you. You can spare them. We'll send you all the way up here. Because they definitely need some ranged. 462. Wow. Okay. Champions. What else do they have in there? They have champions. Okay. Boy. Just get them out of the way. Okay. You got that. Edge Knights are nice, though. Honor Guards. Very tanky unit there. 643 HP. The supplies of a magical ingredient were ruined by a demon saboteur. It'll be a while before a new shipment arrives, and the spellcasters are asking the commander to help them handle this sudden shortage. $5,000 logistic. Yep, spending cuts just for the XP. Why did that autosave and teleport there? Something happen? Nope. It's just an autosave. Goodbye. Oh, there's still there. There you go. Ooh. Okay. And we're dead. Well, this isn't going well. Here we go. We lost a fair amount there. So I think we need to strengthen that army. What did we lose? Really? 19 troops is filling your infirmary? Come on now. Alright, so this army needs to be reinforced. Badly. That is a weak army. Okay. They need some proper ranged in that army. To the standby. Okay. Okay. Is there no one else moving? Okay. Let's buff them up. Okay. Methods of persuasion. Several politicians across Avestan have claimed that the threat of the world wound is exaggerated in the crusade as a front for that Mendev it uses to extort funds from its allies. They're encouraging the nations to reduce their support for the crusade. One of the officers has suggested organizing a series of attacks and abductions in the neighboring nations, seemingly caused by the demons to muzzle the dangerous talkers. Nope. Agree with the plan. Commander's agents have staged several abductions and raids in different nations, disguising their crimes as if they were committed by demons. The collective panic has drowned out any naysayers' voices and attracted even more volunteers to the ranks of the Crusaders. An arrogant officer from Taldor arrives in Dresden at the head of a large unit. She immediately demanded that all the commander's authority be transferred to her as a more experienced military leader. Any attempts to chide her fell on deaf ears, as she took her troops out on a raid to demonstrate her exceptional talent. Naturally, she instantly got herself into trouble. Send Greybor. Greybor is a master of quiet and surreptitious actions. He will organize a rescue operation and pull the Taladin unit out of the trap without a big fight. 7 days to solve. Six. Days. Let's go with this. It has been discovered that members of the Arcana Circle of Karamaga are using the world wound as a garbage dump that teleport the results of their failed experiments there. It just so happens that the approaches to Dresden now house a magical dump. Logistics experience. We already have repeatable logistics. 3,000 logistics. For the XP. Afraid of angering the Crusaders, representatives of Karamaga have cleared the garbage dump that was becoming a serious logistical hindrance to the crusade. Okay. Need around 25k more experience. Is there anything we can build that improves logistic gain? Something along those lines? Logistics 4,500. So yes. We already have one here, but what's it hurt? There we go. That should definitely help the advancement. Once it's done building, that is. In their midst, two capable scouts have returned from a reconnaissance mission with a valuable prize, plans detailing the movements of the demon army. The officers, spurred by the success, suggest sending more spies behind enemy lines. However, the demons will easily see through a kind soul, which begs the question, who should serve in these units? Deceiving demons is a tall order, something best left to professionals. The commander's agents will find the best spies who will keep track of enemy plans and eliminate demon officers. Okay. Oops. I do hate how slow the crusade fights go. Wish there was a way to speed it up. Goodbye. Bye. Jesus. Sent him flying. Cursed arrows. Doesn't appear to be anything else. 201. Okay. Yeah, because in standby we don't have the dragon slayers. And you go up here. Just like we can rank up. Once we free up logistics. Logistics reform. A group of volunteers has arrived in Dresden. Lycanthropes. They had to leave their home for their temper was too ferocious, and when the moon was full, even steel bonds couldn't contain them. The Ulfin believe that upon accomplishing great feats and becoming heroes, they'll rein in their bestial nature. Yeah, take them. Okay. Assuming exiting out of this will trigger the event. Yep, there it is. Commander, I've been doing everything to prevent this, but the hardship has done its work. More and more suppliers are raising prices, demanding to be paid up front. Wow. Hey, Miss Alosia, even though it's hours after you did it, it finally came through. Again, thank you. More suppliers are raising their prices and demanding to be paid up front or just cutting all ties. Voluntary contributions are dwindling by the month. It's time for decisive measures, or we won't have any means of waging war at all. There's only one option left: compulsory requisitions. My suggestion is to collect all that we need from the common folk of Mendev. Robbing the people is the last thing I'd advise, but what can you do? We'll say it's a donation to support the War of Faith. We'll set up a temple and send some clerics to go with the soldiers. The clerics will agree to go. Who will agree to go, that is. So by decisive measures, you mean robberies. Then it's obvious who we should start with. The rich and aristocracy. Crassy, of course. They've got enough gold tucked away in their castles and mansions to supply our soldiers with everything they need. And still leave some coin left over for us. We must rob people. Let's rob who rob others. Thieves, bandits, fences. It wouldn't be such a terrible deed, would it? Look, Commander, you're an authority here after all. Authorities don't rob. They collect taxes on a entirely voluntary basis. Announce emergency tax collection involving merchants and other well-off types. Yes, we're going to bleed them dry, but at least we're following the law instead of acting like bandits. Rumors spread that the commander would sell and dispose of war on the black market behind the treasury's back. Our army has become known as the biggest gang on all of Galarian. When we scared the soldiers by warning them things could get even worse, many turned tail and ran that very night. And once they got to Mendev, they told everyone that the commander was mistreating his soldiers by refusing them food and ordering them just to summon their fortitude. Guess it doesn't bother them that we're in the middle of a little thing called a war. Follow Eru. Wish I hadn't come to this. They helped us and we're betraying them, but they deserve it. In truth, it doesn't make much difference who we collect these donations from. We'll be known as muggers all the same. Either way, we'll get through this crisis. It won't be easy. I can't promise you that. But when has it ever been easy for us? I'll report the results of the fundraising efforts in due time.
Let's see if I can sneak around.
Yeah. I think that's more of an issue with StreamElements being laggy than Twitch though. Who knows? Could be something delaying the communication between Twitch and StreamElements. Who knows? Okay. 30 days to resolve that. Here we go. Campaign. We have demons on the field somewhere. There they are. Rude. There we go. Nothing coming from that way. So we just have to skip a month. Can we skip more than a month? Or like multiple days at a time? Or the same. Here we go. Hey, no Christmas emotes. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. suspicious fraud who calls himself the Master of Prudence has organized lessons of sensible valor in Dresden, charging a tuition fee for their lectures. Teaches the soldiers how to survive on the battlefield, beat a hasty retreat from dangerous situations, and avoid unfair fights. His advice is not devoid of reason, but it's a lot more sensible than valorous. Would it be useful for the soldiers to listen to him? I mean, it's sensible advice. With the commander's permission, the Master of Prudence continued his classes. Fighters who took his teachings to heart displayed inferior martial mettle, but excellent survivability. War makes soldiers cruel. Some count the dead by cutting off their ears and tongues, some ruthlessly torture prisoners, and some lose all sympathy for their brothers and sisters in arms. Recently, one of the units demonstrated particularly disturbing brutality by butchering every captive cultist as revenge for their fallen comrades. Many officers are outraged by this act. Demonic Knights. Yeah. Warriors who have lost all compassion are useful, but their place is not with the rest of the army. The officers will gather men in a separate unit and give them freedom to release their anger. 21 more days. Fox is getting all the attention. Come on. Nightmares. A strange thundercloud came from deep within the world wound and halted over Dresden. Everyone expected a lightning storm or a rain of eyeballs, but the plight ended up being much more frightening. Dresden was hit by a wave of nightmares. Soldiers cannot sleep. They are pulled out of their slumber by their own screams. The officers are concerned that this will drive the troops insane. 40 wizards. Yeah. Adept spellcasters will arrive in Dresden and dispel the sinister cloud through a series of intricate rituals. "14 more days. A healer is asking for troops and resources so he can investigate Sarkorian flora. Even though many of the local plants have been poisoned by the world wound, they can still be studied and potentially used as medicine or combat poisons. Officers will assemble a squad of experienced healers and rangers. They will explore the surrounding lands and gather medicinal herbs that will serve as ingredients for healing and protective potions. Ten more days. Incoming demons. Oops. I messed up. Fling a boulder at him. What level is that, General? Level 15. 8 more days. Small unit stumbled upon a lake of blood. On the shore, the officer found a sword with the words, "For the Chosen One," inscribed on its blade. The soldiers suspect this is some kind of trick by the demons. Sword of the Chosen One. The dueling sword. No one uses it. Yeah, let Ninio study it. Did you know that there are countless cursed artifacts laying at the bottom of that lake? Far more interesting than the sword. No one except Ninio would ever find the courage to dive in there to discover this fascinating fact. The mages are now preparing to extract these valuable magical items. Six days. Hey, it's a different army. see where they go with this. Uh-oh. Oh, he's immune. Damn it. Finish him off. One more day, and that's done. Will that trigger it? So we can finish that quest? Here they come. It's done, Commander. The most difficult moment demanded that we make the most of a difficult situation. The most difficult decision, and we did. The first requisitions have been made. The warehouses have been resupplied. The soldiers have their weapons and food. The people cursed our names, of course, called us the new fellows of the crusade, except they're back home, and we're on the front lines. They couldn't see that we're hanging by a thread. They can't understand that we had to act the way we did. History will absolve us. As this crisis has taught us to use resources sparingly, we've ended up with a certain surplus of funds. I promise we use them to build a majestic cathedral. I propose we use them to build a cathedral. You know, we have a few sins on our conscience. If praying for forgiveness doesn't work, maybe buying it will. Forget it, let's celebrate instead. I say we use the spare money to build ourselves one hell of a palace, a real commander's residence with peacocks. A cathedral would be wonderful, but I think I have an even better idea. Let's use the money to create a magnificent garden in memory of the fallen, and as a promise that very soon Socorus will bloom again. We're still at war here. All resources must go towards fortifying our defenses. We should construct the kind of fortress that would deter anyone from even thinking about attacking Dresden. We'll do the cathedral. That's what we need. We give the clerics our heart's desire, and they'll claim the people. They'll calm the people, and ask the gods to forgive our sins. Thank you for everything you've done. Your methods have been irregular, cruel at times, and let's face it, not strictly legal on occasion. But they did the job. You've done it. You prevented this crusade from choking on the noose of the crisis. And you've organized logistics we can rely on in the final battle. Huh. Never thought you and me would be so slick at dealing with serious business like all this. The two of us have pretty much saved the whole crusade from certain doom. I'm proud of us. You were faced with a very difficult task. To lead the crusade in its hour of greatest need. Alas, there's no place for kind decisions in times like this. One is forced to choose between evil and idleness. You found the strength to make the right choice, and you saved us. We greatly respect you for it. Well, we knew this wasn't going to be easy. It takes nerves and a heart of steel to be a good chief. You've proven that you have them, because people who depend on you are still alive. That's what matters. I like the idea of the garden, but the people would like the cathedral, I think.
Let's see if I can sneak around.
All right, so that's done. All that's left is the final steps. And building the cathedral. There we go. There was something else there, though. Friendly fire. In an attempt to turn the tide of, battle in Crusade's favor, one of the mages used the powerful spell that destroyed the enemies, but also struck the Crusaders that were fighting them. Should his actions be justified, or should he be condemned for the deaths of his comrades? Yeah, we condemn him. Commander's attention to the lives of the common soldiers has inspired the army. At least they'll not have to worry about being hit by their own in combat. Do we need to do the last forces decree? All right.
Beautiful.
Let me just go sell off anything we have. We're not going to hold on to. Everything's in the fortress. You're still alive, thanks to you. Thought we were done for. That starvation, cold, and the lack of supplies would finish us off. But folk weren't lying when they said the commander always finishes what he started. You've dragged us out of trouble by the scruff of our neck. Much obliged. Price. We need to give Woljif a short sword. Did I respec him? No, we didn't respec him. We can do Finian with him. How does it feel? What does it feel like being a living weapon? Well, I don't feel like I am one. For me, deep down, I'm still human, you know? Still see everything around me the same way. I can even sense some things, and when I fight, it's like I'm fighting my own. It's not like not in someone's hand. Does that make sense? I can't really explain it. I just know that I'm still Finian, a Pathfinder. And that's what I'll always be.
Let's see if I can sneak around.
That'll work. Hard save it here. And that's where we're going to call it for the day.